What's up guys, welcome back to another video. It's crazy to think that it's been well over a year, about 15 months to be exact, since the day I left Cleveland, Ohio, where I lived basically my entire life. I packed everything I owned into my small little Volkswagen Jetta, drove it 700 miles, 12 hours down to Atlanta, and I've been here ever since. But today I'm gonna tell you the one decision I made that changed my life for forever. And I'm not talking about just moving across the country, not at all. I totally get that that's not doable at all for most people. I'm talking about a decision you can make yourself right now. Let's go. So I'm gonna give you guys 3 examples and explain how all 3 examples are a result of one decision you can make yourself. First of all, let me tell you the story of how I got to Atlanta in the first place. In 2019, I was doing an internship with the company I used to work for in Cleveland while I was in college. They have offices all over the country, so they told me during my internship, if you wanted to leave Cleveland, we could probably make that happen and transfer you to a different office. At that time, I was starting to talk more, be more outgoing, become a better person, build more muscle, and just overall have more confidence. So as a result, I started wondering what would it be like to go live somewhere else. So I was thinking, okay, well, do you have a spot in Atlanta? And I just mentioned Atlanta because I've been there a few times previously. They gave me a phone call, and I remember it exactly. I just gotten back to the office from getting lunch at a Thai restaurant down the street. I was sipping on my boba tea. I'm a sucker for boba tea. I freaking love it. I think it was like strawberry mango or something, when the HR manager called me and said, yes, David, we have a spot in Atlanta. Do you want it, yes or no? In the span of about 2.5 seconds, I thought about, wow, what would this mean actually? It would mean I'd be leaving my friends, my family, my comfort zones, everything I knew growing up, just to pick everything up, move across the country, and start my life all over again by myself. So, I said yes. Don't call me just 'cause you're lonely. Example number 2, the company I moved to Atlanta to work for was an accounting firm. Literally the sole reason why I'm here in the first place. I quit about like 10 months in. I quit that accounting firm after interning with them for 2 years straight before starting full-time, majoring in accounting in college, and it was a pretty straightforward ride to the top to one day making a ton of money. All my family and friends thought it was an amazing opportunity, that I should be very grateful to have that opportunity, and that I should stick around for at least a few years before I thought about quitting. But I knew in my head and in my heart, I was not put on this earth to be a goddamn accountant. If you're an accountant, kudos, but it's boring. So I quit, totally switched career paths to what I do now. Feel free to look me up on LinkedIn if you haven't yet, and I haven't looked back. So put yourself in my shoes. You just left the comforts of your family and all your friends, moved across the country by yourself, don't have a lot of money. You didn't really have that many friends here to start, and you threw away the sole reason you moved here in the first place. I remember standing on my balcony, looking out into the city, just thinking to myself, damn, now what? Example number 3, I met my current girlfriend on Instagram through DMing her, but I won't get into that story because I've touched base on that before. But what I will get into is the crazy part when I decided to fly to Florida to visit her only after 2 dates. That's it. Literally only 2 dates. Each one was a few hours long, and only one of those dates we actually went somewhere. I was young and free at the time, and I didn't even know if I wanted a relationship. I'd gone on a couple dates with a couple girls before, and I was having fun being independent. So making this big trip to Florida to see her was a pretty big statement that I was making. Not only that, but I put the whole damn thing on YouTube. Can you imagine how awkward that would be if we didn't work out? I don't think my future girlfriends would enjoy watching me and Skylar on YouTube, because that's there forever. I don't delete any of my videos. But anyway, she's moved in now over a year later, so clearly it's kind of worked out. So thank you for making it this far. The one decision I made that resulted in all 3 of these examples is that with any opportunity you have, anything you know that might take your life to the next level, anything that might put you out of your comfort zone and make you a better person, or anything that'll let you form memories that'll last a lifetime, but you know it will be difficult, it will be stressful, you will question yourself often, you don't even know if you can do it or if it's the right time, just say yes. Do it, take the first step, and figure it out as you go. Let me explain. absolute worst thing in life, I think, is regretting a missed opportunity. Maybe you've always wanted to start a business, but you never pulled the trigger. Maybe you've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but you're too scared to put yourself out there. Maybe you got offered the most perfect job of all time, but it is across the country and that meant you had to leave your hometown girlfriend, so you didn't take it. Whatever it is, you know your own life, I don't know your life. It is expected and okay to be scared and nervous. I was scared shitless when I moved here by myself, went to visit Skylar in Florida, and quit my job. You think I wasn't scared to do those things? I was staying up at night thinking about them. But all I had to do was take that first step and just start. When you pursue something new, you have no idea how it's gonna turn out. You have no idea if you're gonna succeed, fail, be better off, or be worse off. I think people get too caught up on how something might turn out 1 month, 1 year, or 5 years from now. I think you get my point. Whatever your heart is set on, whatever goals you have, and whatever you want to achieve, just say yes and go after them. Run with them and figure everything out as you go. If you move away, you're gonna have to learn a whole new way of life, learn how expensive it is just to survive, and you're gonna have to make all new friends. If you start a business, you're gonna learn pretty quickly the ups and downs and how truly hard it is and how expensive it can get. If you start a YouTube channel, you take it one video at a time and you make that one video as goddamn good as you possibly can. I didn't get to 130 videos or whatever I am right now by thinking about my 130th video when I first went to Best Buy and bought my camera 2 years ago. All you need to do is take that first step and figure out everything else as they come, because if you don't, you're gonna regret it. Let me see your best soccer skills. Go ahead. Your very best skills. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ronaldo. We're at Piedmont Park playing a little footy. I'm trying to get her up to speed on the soccer thing. This is with my new coaching job. If she can like get up to speed on just the basics, she can start helping me out also, which would be great. And I would really like that. We spend more time together. Plus soccer's just really freaking fun. Also, quick note, if you guys are in Atlanta and near Piedmont Park, we usually come out here every Sunday, at least most Sundays afternoon, to kick the soccer ball around or to throw the baseball or softball. So if you're ever here and you see us, please say what's up. So how did I end up in Atlanta? The first step was saying yes on the phone call. How did we end up dating and moving in together? The first step was logging onto Expedia.com, booking a flight to Tampa. How did I get to 130 videos on YouTube? First step was driving to Best Buy, walking in and looking at cameras. If you didn't know, I just started coaching soccer also, and the first step of that was sending a couple texts and a couple emails to find out if they were even hiring. The one decision that changed my life for forever is that I committed myself to saying yes to every single great opportunity, just taking that first initial step forward and figuring everything else out from there.
Playing like children, love like orange. You were too good for me, but I wanted you anyway. I always loved you over my head, even when you lived alone to make your parents.
I'm gonna wrap the video up right here because tonight me and Scott are going to the Masquerade in downtown Atlanta for what is supposed to be literally the best night ever. That is what the event tonight is called, so I'll put the rating of that on the screen right now. Was it the best night ever? I don't know, we'll see, but here's the rating. I'm going home next week. I'm super pumped to do that. Going back to Cleveland, Ohio to see my family and my friends. Have not been back there in a few months, so I'm super excited. Gonna get into a lot of cool things because there's no place like home. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you drop me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because I drop a new video every single Monday that you don't want to miss. See you next Monday.